Today I'm going to be coaching you through some sweaty Rebirth. The other day on stream, I had this game right here, a 1.31 average KD lobby, and we're going to be paying attention to 5 main things today. Execution, minimap, decision-making, centering, and missed opportunities. Execution is, of course, using my aim and movement to take a little bit less damage and give me a fast time to kill. Decision-making in minimap, using the information that I get from my minimap, specifically after I get a kill, to make a quick decision and understand when enemies are actually close by. Next up is going to be centering, which we're going to see right here. Notice where my centering is right now. It's something that I've been focusing a lot on and a lot of you need to work on. If there were to be somebody popping through the door right now, my first shot would be a high damage area, and you're going to see that. Now, this guy's obviously running away, but look at where this first shot is. I'm already hitting high damage areas, which means to get a fast TTK, once I hit a high damage area, I can hit toe shots, I can hit limb shots, and still have a really good TTK. That enemy doesn't get away. The last is going to be missed opportunities. I'm going to be totally honest with you. This game's not clean. I die throughout this game. It's a sweaty lobby. It's, it's bound to happen. It's very hard to put together a very clean game in a sweaty lobby. So we're going to take a look at missed opportunities and why do I die in certain situations. Now, we're just going to keep playing quick right here. We're able to kind of outplay that guy a little bit. He can't really go anywhere, so I know he's got to be around there. We're able to get that kill. We've got 2 kills. We got 9 other teams still alive. Now we're going to go ahead and get loadout down. I did land separately from my teammate, or I wasn't playing with randoms, so we are a little bit more spread, which is going to help because the purple guy is not going to grab loadout, which allows me to hit it multiple times. Now right here, we've got 1 over this way. We've got 1 over on purple, and we've got basically teams fighting in Nova 6. So I'm actually going to go ahead and push towards Nova 6. Quick decision. Now, what I always tell people, and this really goes for my aggressive players, is sometimes it's okay to act on any piece of information. It's better to act on something than nothing. And look, you're not always going to make, or let me rephrase that, there's not always a correct decision. Meaning, when I push over to Nova, I'm just going to figure it out from there. Could I have pushed the guy in headquarters? Yes. Could I have pushed the guy in prison? Yes. But I chose to go this way. Now, we talk about missed opportunities, right? Not a great angle here. That guy's able to get away, and watch how this kind of makes this situation a little bit more difficult. I'm going to go ahead and push around. We're going to challenge this guy. And I'm just playing patient. I'm trying to get a clean knock, figure out where those enemies are, and I've got to be careful, of course, from somebody pushing up through kind of this door right behind me. So I've got to be careful of them flanking through this doorway and kind of pinching me that way. But we're going to play this a little bit more patient, try to get a knock, and then take it from there. Now, right here, I'm able to get that knock, but I'm not able to get the thirst. And this is kind of a missed opportunity that I have because I don't get the information about those teammates. So I'm forced to make a decision now. Do I just let him be, or do I go get the thirst? I ultimately decide to go get the thirst, and this is a really good play by this guy. So, like I said, sweaty lobby. So we're going to look at this guy right here, and I want to slow this down because what he does is really smart. He's going to break my line of sight. So right there, he breaks my line of sight. Now, my thought process is, okay, he's pushing up the stairwell. What he ends up doing, and this is, like I said, a really good play by him, is he actually then challenges me, but look where I'm going. I've already committed to going up the stairs, and we're going to play this full speed. I left the kind of kill cam in this way you can see it. He makes a really good play here by throwing me off by breaking that line of sight, right? So right there, I think he's actually going up the stairs. He re-challenges that. Really good play by that guy. Now, like I said, we're able to go in, get loadout multiple times. That's a huge advantage, and we're going to push right over. Now, in this moment right here, I'm just looking for a plate. The benefit of Vanguard guns is that you do have fully loaded, or you do have some ammo in reserve. So all I really need is a plate to be able to go ahead and challenge people again. Don't really have one just yet. We've got a bunch of people fighting over to my right. We've got people fighting in Grandma's house, and I'm using all of that to my advantage to try to figure out where people are. Boom, we get the plate. Now we're good to go. Now I'm going to go ahead and push up, try to see what I can find again. We're going to push down, and we're going to go ahead and challenge. Now watch right here how I slow play this. I hear the guy in the stairwell. Right, so I hear him in the stairwell. Now instead of challenging, I'm just going to wait. Notice how I'm just a little bit patient there. I get the down, I get the thirst, 2 people right around the corner. So I break him, immediately get out of here because I know that there's 2 people. So I'm not in a position to challenge this guy. I have no plates. So I stim to get out, and then I end up repositioning all the way down. Now, keep in mind, that guy I broke pushed down the stairs. So I know that he's down here. I'm able to catch him in the back. We get the thirst for the information because I need to know where that teammate is. So I always talk about not overselling to get the thirst, but in this situation, it's kind of crucial, and it didn't take too much longer for me to do so because now I know where this guy is. He's on my level. He's right behind me. So I go ahead and I challenge around the corner just in case he is challenging me, and I need to do that because I can't necessarily get away. Now, in this moment right here, and let me pull this back. after I challenge, boom, so we challenge right here. I'm just gonna try to keep this kind of, you know, this post right here between me and my enemy. And I'm going to run circles around it if I have to try to keep that separation between me and him until I can get an advantage about where I'm going to challenge. Now, not really sure where he is just yet. You know, I heard the door up top. He obviously rotated. Now I hear him right behind me. So I'm going to go ahead and challenge this. This is an aggressive challenge. But look how I hit those high damage areas, and I don't know what gun he was using. I don't know what that laser was. That said the Marco 5, but I'm just able to kind of win that 50-50 based on aim and a little bit of movement. So we've got 6 kills, nothing really crazy thus far. 7 other teams. We got a guy right here shooting who's going to take out my teammate. We're able to get that guy down and thirst it. I guess you can thirst through a riot shield. I had no idea. By the way, if you are looking to get better at Rebirth or Fortune's Keep or Rebirth and Fortune's Keep, just consider hitting that subscribe button down below. I'm a 4KD player. I do videos every single day for both game modes, just trying to help people improve, you know, increase your KD, start getting more kills. Now I get shot from tower. Now keep that tower guy in mind. I catch this guy right here and watch the pre-fire around the corner. Watch how I pre-fire this, boom. And look at the centering, right? So that's where I talk about those high damage areas. Look how many shots I hit in that upper torso. And look at my health, right? I'm down to about 75 health. So that's kind of crucial to, you know, hit those high damage areas and continue working on that. By the way, I'll leave you my warm-up and how to get better aim video down in the description below. I think it's one of the most important things for you to work on. Like I said, look at all those high damage areas. Gives me that faster TTK. My warm-up, real quick, look, notice the mini-map right here. Notice we have 1 across, 2 up top here. I know that they're not pushing, so I know I'm okay to just kind of chill out for a second, plate up, but I do want to keep repositioning. I do want to kind of get to a better spot. Now I hear one pushing above. I actually catch him right down below too late. We're going to go ahead and challenge this. Real quick, by the way, like I said with my aim and warm-up video, it takes 10 minutes, but will really, really help your aim and movement and improving at those things, allowing you to survive in these sweaty lobbies. Now, once again, just playing a little bit patient, trying to find an opportunity to get a down and thirst to then get information about where teammates are. We're going to go ahead and challenge right here. We get the down right there. Now we're going to go ahead and reposition. I'm going to try to go get the thirst, and we're going to preemptively slow this down because, once again, watch the little jump move here. This is where I talk about jumping while shooting can sometimes give you a faster TTK because it allows you to mix in those headshots. So right there is where I'm hitting headshots. I was down to a plate. I only had a plate in that, you know, in that engagement, but I only take a little bit of damage because I'm able to get a fast TTK. And keep in mind, like I always say, when you jump while shooting, he's now hitting your toes. You know, if he's aimed at your chest and you jump, he's now hitting your stomach and your legs, which is a low damage area. That's going to give you the advantage and the faster TTK than that person. And those are the things that we start to do to be able to win gunfights when we are low health and kind of create that confidence that you need to do that. Now, right here, we're going to die right here, and I'll show you why. I get shot from the guy in tower. I know he's still up there. This is where sometimes I always tell you, it's okay to disengage from fights. It's okay to look at that guy in tower and say, I'm not even going to worry about him. You know, I always say sometimes it's not, you know, there's no wrong decision with who you push. Well, sometimes, you know, you don't want to challenge those if it's just a really bad push like a guy in tower, because look at what happens here. I end up lingering a little bit too long in this area, and because now I focus on tower guy, I pause this right here because this guy and this guy that killed me are on the same team. So because I lingered and because I was focused on the guy in tower who was clearly not going to move, and it's very tough to actually down that guy. Now that gives his teammate an opportunity to grab loadout. He shoots me in the back. It's super unfortunate. Now we're going to go ahead and push over. We do have our free loadout up right here. And this is something I really want to talk about. Going back to what I always say, I get 1 plate. Now I'm back. I've got enough ammo. I'm in a good spot to challenge. Got everything that I need to be competitive again. We've got the heli right here. Now, what I want to talk about is, while we're shooting this heli, especially for my aggressive players that are looking to start dropping 20 kills more consistently and start dropping 30 kill games, is you have to act on any piece of information that you get. So I'm going to pull up minimap here in a second, and I'll explain exactly what happens 9 times out of 10 for me, especially when I'm dropping these higher kill games, is I notice that there's a dot over here. Now look, this guy's all the way on the other side of the map. Obviously he's fighting because he's shooting somebody. There's another shot right there. So I'm going to go ahead and push over to this situation, right? That's the kind of the only piece of information that I have. So I'm going to go act on that information. 9 times out of 10, what happens, which is what you're going to see here, is as I'm pushing over towards that, I run into other players, and then I just focus on those guys instead. So by acting on a piece of information, it kind of gets you pushing in a direction, and then from there, you generally run into people. And if you don't run into people, then you just go ahead and challenge those guys that you saw earlier. So I hear some shooting up above. I'm going to go ahead and challenge here. We're able to catch this guy off guard. We get the down. Unfortunate dead slide. You saw him just kind of stop. It's It's been happening a little bit more, which is super unfortunate. Now we're going to go ahead and see what we can find this way. We're going to play right here, and I hear footsteps, right? So I hear footsteps. I don't know if they're above me or if they're in cafeteria. So watch my centering right here. Notice my centering is, it could be a little bit higher. It's probably a little bit low, but it is in this general area. I see shots over this way. Now I hear the res happening. Now in this moment right here, when you hear the res happening, if there's 3 people, it's a tougher situation, which I didn't know, or I wouldn't have known. But in this case, it is only 2. I'm going to tell you that it's only 2. So what you need to do is, as soon as you shoot one of them is going to be low health. One of them is going to probably be full plates, right? Or maybe a little bit lower. So in this situation, as soon as I shoot the first guy, I need to understand, what is the second guy? Is the second guy low health, or is the second guy full plates? And watch this. So because he's full plates, I know that this guy right here is low health, right? He doesn't have time to actually plate up in this situation. So we're able to get that down. That's just something to keep in mind. Again, if it's 3 players, you're obviously in a really bad spot there. But because it's only 2 people, I know one of them's going to be full plates and one of them is going to be low health. And whichever one I down first, based on that information, I know what the second player is. Now we challenge around this corner because there was one on my level. Not really seeing anything. We're able to get that break. Unfortunately, not able to get the down. I just missed a few kind of high damage area shots right there. I ended up missing a few low, which is why that guy gets away. And I think that happens to a lot of you more often than you think, is why are people getting away? You're not hitting those high damage areas, not giving yourself a fast TTK, allowing enemies to escape. And then all of a sudden that does 2 things. 1, you're not getting a kill. 2, you're not getting information. Now I see one right here, so we're going to go ahead and challenge. And one thing I do want to highlight here is that, look, in every sweaty lobby, this is a 1.31 average KD lobby, but there are players who aren't as good. Should these players be in this lobby? You know, probably not, but that's skill-based matchmaking. You can clearly see that this guy's not very good, and neither is the second guy's okay. You know, he at least hit some pistol shots, but in every lobby, even in sweaty lobbies, there are going to be teams that aren't as good, and sometimes it's about finding those players and picking up and executing on those free kills. Now, we're going to go ahead and third party this, right? I'm acting on a piece of information, obviously fighting right here, so we're going to go ahead and challenge, and as soon as we get this down in thirst, I get information. 2 on my level, 1 right around the corner, so we're going to go ahead and challenge here. We pre-fire. And look, I got a little bit aggressive here for the thirst, but I wanted that next piece of information. I wanted to be able to get that kill, and now we're back in. Now I'm going to go ahead and die here. This guy hits really good shots. One thing I do want to say is that I really need to work on, and a lot of people need to work on, is hip firing your SMGs. You know, I die here probably because instead of my first shots, let me slow this down. My first shots, if I were to hip fire, could have been like right here, but instead, my first shot's not till there. I'm already broken at that point because he mixed in some high damage areas. That's where hip firing your SMGs is a huge advantage. It's something we really all need to work on, is getting used to that, especially my aggressive players, because that's going to allow you to get the first shot. It's going to allow you to give yourself a huge advantage, which, going back to this major kind of overarching image of how do we start to have more success, especially in sweaty lobbies, that's how we start to take less damage, is by getting those first shots, by executing and getting a faster TTK, or as fast of a TTK as possible. So in that situation right there, I probably should have hip fired. Now, once again, just need to find a plate here. We've got 17 kills, so we're still in a really good game. We've still got 2 other teams still alive. Respawn is still up. So look, we're still in a very good position to drop a 20+ kill game right here. Now, I need 1 kill again. I need to be careful. Can't really see anything. We're about to be put in a really tough spot here. Can't really find anything just yet. Gonna go ahead and challenge up top. I see some plates over this way. You know what? So, okay, we're good to go again. We're good to go. I'm going to go ahead and challenge, and I just don't see that guy, and all of a sudden I lost all my plates. Not only did I lose my plates, but I can't exactly go to buy station either at this point. So we just kind of have to make a move here. Kind of just wait for a circle, see where a circle goes. This is a really bad spot to be in. We get very lucky that somebody decided to challenge us with a gas mask and try to make a gas play. So my teammate goes down, but I'm going to be able to get the down in the thirst here, which gives me plates, which gives me a gas mask. All of a sudden, I'm kind of back, right? I'm in a good position right here to now... Let me change that. I'm in an okay spot. There's still the team top tower. I don't have much room to work with in terms of rotating out of gas, but I've got to make a play. And you know what? I can't rotate down towards water tower. My only play here is to rotate all the way right and hope for the best. Now, I thought this guy was on my level, which is why I challenged. I thought he was in the corner there. I even pre-fired that a little bit. So we're going to go ahead, plate up real quick. And we're going to go ahead and rotate this way. Can You Fall? It's one of my favorite series to do on YouTube and TikTok. I'll leave you the link for the playlist down below. But in that situation, I know that I don't need to pull my parachute. Parachute pulls do two things, right? Pulling your parachute in that situation does two things. First, potentially gives away your location with an audio cue. And two, it potentially slows you down, giving your enemy an opportunity to shoot you. Instead, I'm able to just, I know I can fall there. I know I'm in a good spot and I can survive. So now we're going to go ahead and push over this way. Still 2 other teams, still 7 other people. Still got a good pace for 20. I'm going to clear this building real quick just to make sure there's nobody here. Don't really see anything. Can't really buy a UAV. I probably should have bought gas masks. That probably would have been a smart play. But I'm focused on rotating because I have to rotate up here. I can't late rotate this because if I do, some team's going to try to hold me out of circle. So I have to get up here early, try to see what I can find, and kind of fight my way into this building. We're able to get the down right there. Can't quite get the thirst, but we can. And now we get the information that those teammates are obviously still up at prison. So now my thought process is if I can get to this building, if I can get to Chem, I'm actually in a really good position to get some free kills and hold people out of circle. We're going to go ahead and rotate up this way. Try to see what I can find. I see a team right on buy station. Obviously, a team just bought back here. So we're going to go ahead and challenge this guy. We get the down. Can't quite get the thirst. As I push in, I go down, and I want you to pay attention to this kill cam right here. I was really frustrated that I didn't get audio, but look how split this team is, right? This is the same team that I just shot. I shot his teammate, and all of a sudden he turns around. There's no way for me to actually hear him. It's a super unfortunate situation that they were, you know, in that position of being able to challenge me that way. But 19 kills, we had a few deaths. It was a 4.75 KD game for myself, 19-4 in a 1.31 average KD lobby. I hope you found today's video helpful. As I always say, let's get better today, and I will see you tomorrow.